So for the first part, we're going to do the brownies. And I will be using light brown sugar. I have my melted butter, my all-purpose flour, baking powder, and salt. I do have my oven preheating at 350. That would be the temperature that we bake this on. Let's get started. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix my brown sugar and my melted butter. So this is 2 1/4 cups of brown sugar. You know what? I'm gonna use my larger mixing bowl for this. So 2 1/4 cups of brown sugar, and this is 11 tablespoons of melted butter. And I'm just gonna pour that on in there. Make sure we get all of it in there. All right. And we're just gonna mix this together. Make sure we get everything well blended. All right, so it's looking pretty good. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add our eggs one at a time. So again, we'll be using 3. And I'm gonna go ahead and crack that. I'm gonna add the first one and I'm gonna mix it in. I'm gonna mix the second one. And we just gonna mix. All right, and the last one. And we're gonna mix that one in as well. All right, that's what we're looking like for that. So for this next part, I'm gonna set this to the side. Whoa. And we are gonna mix our dry ingredients, which is the flour and the baking powder. We're gonna mix all that together now. So I'm gonna get this bad boy. All right, so as far as in the flour, we have 2 2/3 cups of all-purpose flour. And we're gonna dump this get it all out of there. All right, so with that, we're gonna mix the baking powder, which is 2 1/2 teaspoons. one. Two. And then got my half a teaspoon. Two. Alrighty. And then we're also going to mix in our salt, which is half a teaspoon of salt. Fingers getting tricky right now. Okay. Mix that in there. Alright. So now we're just going to blend this a little bit. Alrighty. So another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add vanilla extract to my brownie mix. So I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm going to mix it to my wet ingredients. Okay. Pour that in there like that. We're just going to mix it up a little bit. Our next step, we're going to mix the dry ingredients into our wet ingredients. So we're going to take our flour mixture and we're going to mix it into our butter and brown sugar mixture. Make sure you get it all out of there. And we're just going to mix that together until we form a dough. All right. To me, that looks good. So I do have my baking dish. And I'm going to spray it down with my butter flavored spray. Just so we don't have anything sticking. And I'm going to make sure I get the sides and the bottom pretty well. I'm going to give it a couple little turns. All right. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to pour our dough. This will be our brownies. We're going to pour our dough into the baking dish. Here we go. And like I said, it's going to feel pretty thick. So what you want to do next is get like a spatula. Okay, so for the next step, you want to get like a spatula and just spread it. Make sure it goes to every corner. And just spread it evenly. Alright, so once you get it spread evenly to the best of your ability, we are going to put it in the oven for 25 minutes. My oven is preheated at 350. We're just going to pop it in there. I'm gonna set my timer for 25 minutes. That's it. Okay, so the brownies have been cooking for 25 minutes. Turn it off. And that's what they're looking like. I'm gonna let that sit there for a minute while I finish my filling. And you want this filling to be thick. So blend it well until it's nice and thick. All right, so after everything is blended, this is what we're looking like. Nice thick consistency. I'm just going to use my spatula and just kind of scrape the edges, make sure everything is blended pretty well. But you want it to be pretty thick, like so. Okay, so the next step, I have my brownies. They have been cooking for 25 minutes. I now have my filling that we mix nice and thick. And all we're going to do is just take it and spread it over the top of the brownies evenly as possible. All right, so now I'm just going to use my spatula and just spread it. By cooking the brownies first a little, it allows the brownies to be done so that when we put the brownies back in with the topping on top, everything will be able to cook fully through. Okay, so after you have spread everything as evenly as possible, the next step is going to get your vanilla wafers. And we're going to take the vanilla wafers and we're just going to place them on top. So you can use however many you would like. I'm going to do mine in like a 4x6 type deal. All right. Once that part is done, we're gonna put it back in the oven that is set at 350 degrees. And we're gonna cook it for about 30 minutes. All right. And I'm gonna set my timer for 30 minutes. And then we'll come back and we'll check it out and we'll see how good it's looking. And so I did originally put it in for 30 minutes, but I put it in for extra 10 minutes because when I stuck my knife in it, it wasn't completely done in the middle. So we should be good to go now. So I'm gonna take it out.
This is the point. Everybody. But I still find myself wanting to.
All right, so here is our final product. This is banana pudding brownies. It smells delicious. It has completely scented up my whole house. It smells great. It looks great. And I can't wait to dig in. But you are to let this sit till it's completely cool and then slice. So thank you all for joining me. Come back. Make sure you watch my other videos and come back for the next one. See you next time, guys. Hello and welcome to my channel. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, I'm about to start it over.
Okay. Okay, already. Okay. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here. Today this is going to be another bake with me, and we are doing a banana pudding, blah blah blah. Okay. I can't talk. Okay.